All right, Sean. I have never done an interview on this channel before, so congratulations. You and your epic project, The Last Kumite, have made you the first guest.
Thanks for having me and our project.
Nah, no, no, no. This is your baby, and I've been so amazed. You're a first-time producer, right? First-time
Yes,
screenwriter.
yes.
How did you decide you just were going to make a movie? I mean, you told me, oh God, I don't know, 9 months ago, hey, I'm thinking about making a movie or whatever if you want to be a part of it. And I was just like, yeah, okay, sure. Because from all my novels, I hear that all the time. People are like, oh, I'm going to adapt one of your novels into a movie. And I'm like, okay, sure thing. And then I never hear from that person again. A couple months later, you're like, hey, the movie's on. We've got Cynthia Rothrock, da 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 da. I'm like, what the hell's happening?
Well, first of all, I think we talked about it like 14 months ago. I know
Was it
time
that long ago?
Yeah, it's that long ago. Um, Otherwise, I would have been amazed about myself that I'm able to get this stuff together in 9 months, but I'm not that good. But
14
yeah,
months. Pretty amazing.
yeah, okay, but 14 months of really of big time hustle. I think it all has to do with passion. If you are passionate about something that you really, really want to do and something that you feel like you could make millions of people happy when you succeed, I mean, that drives me. And it's also about having the right people to call your team. Like, I mean, there was a big reason why I got you on board because obviously your passion for those kind of movies is just as strong as mine. And I just feel that we are on the verge of creating something special. As I said, making millions of people happy. And if that doesn't motivate you, I mean, what will?
I mean, I totally agree. That actually one of my questions was going to be, why the hell am I a part of this project, having had no movie experience at all? I mean, I just drink beer on the internet.
I can, first of all, nobody drinks beer as classy as you do.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and if if there's one thing that I figured out in my life, it is sometimes it's not about how much experience you have and how big your name is. Sometimes I feel it's really about the passion and how much you want it. And I think you are. Oh, I don't want to say those nice things on air, but okay, what the heck? Um,
Come on.
I can see that if somebody is willing to go through those terrible, horrible movies week for week like you do, you are a trooper, and those kind of soldiers is exactly what I want to have on my team.
I do have a high threshold of pain when it comes to movies.
Yes.
So
PTSD? Jesus.
that's hilarious. So okay, you've never been a producer. I mean, and you just want to make a movie. How do you even begin? Like, what was your first step? Oh, I want to make a movie. What did you do?
Okay, first of all, if you would have told me 2 years ago that I would produce a movie, I would have thought you were crazy because even though I always was a huge movie fan and I'm known in my circle for being a person who gets shit done, that was not on my mind. The reason why I started was I have a YouTube show where I talk to many legends from back in the days, like Cynthia Rothrock and many movie stars from the 80s and 90s. And every time our interview stopped, I continued talking to them for an hour, for 2 hours, and we all talked about how much we miss those old school movies and that nobody's putting those movies out. And I thought, okay, if we wait any longer, the likelihood of somebody doing something like that is zero. So, and I'm a person, I rather do it for the team and I do it myself than not having anybody doing it. And if I would have had the chance to give the project to somebody else and I just would have to give them some money and say, hey, you do it, I would have loved that. But yeah, nobody wanted to do it. So I said, okay, let me put my super team together and we do it for you guys.
So what is this super team? Did you find someone who's been in the industry to help you navigate the waters?
Yeah, actually, I found through Matthias Hus.
Is it Who's?
Yeah,
I think I've been saying Hughes. God
yeah,
damn it.
yeah. Obviously,
Hus.
because I'm half German, I know how to pronounce it in the German way, Hus. But Americans say Hus. I don't think he
Hus.
cares. I don't think he cares. But I found some people who have the same passion as I do, you included, and obviously I got some people to the project who have experience in producing movies because otherwise it would be too naive just thinking that I could produce a movie just by myself without the experience. Obviously, you need people who have done that in the past. And yeah, now we are a group of 7 people in my super team. And we are 100% committed to bring a great old school retro movie to everyone.
So if you're getting Cynthia Rothrock and Matthias and now Billy Blanks, and I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Did you just get this from interviewing them on your show and just staying in touch with them? Did you just be like, hey, I have no money to make a movie. Do you want to be a part of it?
That was my pitch.
Do you like working for peanuts?
Yeah. Would you like to work for free? I have no. Actually, obviously Matthias, who was the first person who was on board, because he was the one who basically talked me into doing that movie, making that movie. And then every other star that I had on my show that I envisioned in this project, after the interview, I pitched them my idea, told them, hey, I have this idea for a movie called The Last Kumite, a bloodsport kickboxer type movie, tournament movie, and so on, 80s style. And I was able to convince them after the interview right away. Then I had some guys like Michel Kissy, the man who played Tong Po in Kickboxer, who I had to text out long after our interview, and Billy Blanks was only 3 weeks ago. But the majority of the guys, I got them right in the interview.
That's wild, dude. That's
it's
so crazy.
It's crazy shit, man.
I mean, would you have even thought 2 years ago you'd be talking to these people, let alone convincing them to be in a movie you're making?
Nope, not at all.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, but honestly, I think it also has a lot to do with filtering the right people, which means knowing what people you can ask for such a project, who would be the people that are so passionate about movies and those old school movies, with the likelihood of them even saying yes. From all the guys that I asked, there were only 2 people who said no, but everyone else was on board right away.
That's crazy. So part of that's just feeling them out when you're talking to them the first time. Like,
exactly, 100%.
What's the likelihood of them saying yes to this? Okay, that makes sense. I've been asking you semi-serious questions here, so I want to go into some I've compiled from my Patreon and some comments on YouTube. Some of these are serious. Some of them are, people who watch my show. What do you expect? One that has been is a good question I've seen a couple times is people asking, is this just going to be a glorified nostalgia fest, kind of like Kung Fury, or are you making an honest attempt at a martial arts movie, not just tongue-in-cheek?
Oh, I think it's a mix. Like, it should be an homage to 80s, 90s martial arts movies, but we take it serious. We take it, like, our intent is to make a 100% 80s, 90s martial arts movie like you would have rented back in the days.
Okay, not one of these movies that's just way insane.
No.
Hey, guys, we're doing... Yeah, okay.
No,
You're trying to make a real movie.
Yeah. It could be that it turns out like the other way, but our attempt... No, I'm kidding. But our attempt...
That's been asked a couple times. Will it be on So Bad It's Good when it comes out? And I'm like, we'll find out.
And even if it's a great show to be on.
Well, we actually do movies that are pretty good. Like, some of these canon movies are not shitty movies; they're just fun.
No, they're great. Canon rocks.
A bunch of people are asking, what is my life expectancy when I get on set? Because a lot of the actors in it have been featured on the show.
Well, to be honest, I would place you in a totally different corner than all the other guys.
Okay.
Like I would have people running around with walkie-talkies discussing, like, okay, Jason is on this side of the room. Make sure Cynthia and Matthias are on the other side. No, I actually think that they, if they've seen your show, I mean, this is the one thing that you do super nice. Even if a movie is terrible, you still find the good in the movie, and you're still respectful. Like, except for Steven Seagal, you never insult anybody.
He's the only person I legitimately hate. Yeah.
Yes, which I totally understand, which is justified. But other than that, you are very respectful and always with a wink. So I think you should be fine. And if not, I take over your show.
Okay, fair. Once he kills me, the show is yours. Once Matthias wipes me out. So we know he's seen it. So he's clearly okay with it. We'll see about everybody else. I get asked that quite a bit. Like, are you going to get your ass kicked as soon as you step onto set? I'm like, I don't know.
Okay, the one thing that we can announce, or hopefully we can get it done. But if you guys really support us on Kickstarter and we get this movie made, I think we should try to get Matthias in an episode of So Bad It's Good, watching one of his movies with the two of us.
Oh, you want to watch one of his movies with him?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, okay. I like that. I like that a lot. So, speaking of the Kickstarter, and that should have been a tier. Get Matthias on So Bad It's Good.
Ooh, nice.
That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. What are you trying to do with the Kickstarter? I know you already have a bunch of funding in place. What is the last of this money to do? Is this looking for post-production, to sign bigger actors?
Yeah.
Not bigger actors, more actors. There's nobody
yeah.
bigger than who you got already.
Exactly. Wonderful. First of all, what is very important to know is that we've been raising money for the past 14 months like crazy, or 16 months almost like crazy. And it's super hard because obviously the big production companies don't want to touch a project where they feel there's not a lot money to be made. And our goal is not to make money with this movie. Our goal and aim is we want to make people happy. Yeah, so nobody from our team is in the movie to make money. I've been investing money like crazy for the past 16 months, not making a dime, even though I'm working on this project like 10 hours a day, which is crazy, but I get it done. Yeah, but still I get it done some way, somehow. But that money that we need is to increase the shooting schedule, which will be very important so that we have more time to shoot. That we can we would like to have more music from Paul Herzog, so that we can afford more music for the movie. So there are many different tiny things that we need for the quality of the movie. Yeah, so that
Absolutely.
that is very important for us. So yeah, we need all the support that we can get, but we talk about that when you mention it again.
I know. I mean, that's the whole thing. We got to get this Kickstarter funded to really be able to polish this sucker. I mean, the Paul Herzog music, how can you do a martial arts kumite movie without him, doing all the music? Yes,
exactly. And the thing is, this is the first time that I've been on Kickstarter in terms of having my own project or having a project of our team. And it's super difficult if you don't have that much budget to advertise it like crazy. So we really rely on the small niche audience that we have, that you have on your show, that I have on my show, that Oliver Harper has on his show. Because if we invest like 20,000 or 30,000 in promotion, who guarantees us that we refinance that money? So we can't run this risk. So we really rely on everybody's support. And I just hope that this project has a certain worth to everybody, that everybody says, hey, okay, I want to be part of this. I want to support those guys. As I said, we're not in it for the money. We're in it to make a great movie for you guys, but we need your support.
I mean, you're not lying about the not making money thing. You and I talked about how much you were going to pay me to work on the movie, and I was like what are we talking about money for? I'm coming over to get my ass kicked by Cynthia Rothrock, not to make money.
Jason is coming for free, people. Jason is coming for free. I am working for free. The entire team is working for free so far.
It's just to make a badass movie, and that's why I'm so pumped about it. It's a lot of people pitching in, either making no money or way under what they would normally make for a movie. So it's very much a passion project.
Yes.
And I got to say, some of the Kickstarter goals, not goals, was it perks? What are tiers? Tiers. You just added where somebody can be in a fight scene?
Yes.
In the movie?
Yes.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, so it's not going to be in the Kumite. Yeah, but there this is something that I can say. There is a state tournament at the beginning of the movie. And if you have martial arts experience, and this is something that obviously the quality of the movie has the highest priority. So if you purchase the tier, we still need to check out your video footage if your martial arts experience is good enough. But if you get the green light from us, you will be in the Last Kumite movie with a fight scene.
That is amazing. So if you have the athleticism and build of my friend Dave, you're probably not going to make the cut.
Oh, that's exactly what we're looking for.
Oh,
yeah.
Can he have a beer in his hand during the fight?
He has to.
Oh man, I wish I'd thought of this earlier. We could have had him as the starring role in this. All right.
Facing Steven Seagal.
So people are excited about the. Okay. All right. You mentioned his name. We have to say it.
Shall we get it out of the way?
Yes. Everyone keeps asking, what about getting Seagal in the movie?
Yeah. How can I put that politely? Yeah, like we're
Why?
planning. Yeah, we're planning another movie called the Sitting Kumite. That's where he will have the leading role. Other than that, and it will just be him by himself, without the camera, without anybody. So just him by himself fighting the air. But no, I would never, ever ask Steven Seagal.
No, I've said this to at least all the ones I've seen. I've tried to reply that I would not be involved if Steven Seagal was
Yes.
a part of this movie.
Yes.
That I legitimately do not like that guy. I would never in a million years work for him, with
Yes.
him. Well, it's
Same
probably
here.
for him. So, no, there is no Steven Seagal. There will never be Steven Seagal. It is not going to happen.
Yes.
There might be
Sorry, folks.
there might be other big names signed on as time progresses here, but one of them will not be Steven Seagal.
Yes. So just to piggyback on what you just said, we are currently talking to somebody who would be a very nice, let's say, icing on the cake for all the old school fans. Not the biggest of biggest names, but somebody that your old school fans would really appreciate. And he agreed to be in the movie, but he hasn't signed the contract yet because I only got the commitment yesterday. But it could be that in the next couple of days we have an announcement.
I mean, you said maybe not the biggest name, but to my audience, possibly at least top 5 of the biggest names. I won't say more, but there's a running joke about the guy that, not him, but I don't even want to say anything because
Don't say anything.
I don't want to give
please.
anything away. But people, if it was announced, people on my channel would go nuts. The people who watch my channel would absolutely love it.
Okay, all right, good to hear.
Really, really hoping it happens. Let's see what else do we have here. Oh, some people are excited about Mike. Is it Mahler? How do you pronounce his
Muller,
last name?
Mike Muller, yeah.
People are
Mike
very
Muller.
excited that you got him involved. How did that come about?
Actually, he was in the project right from the start. He was one of the first. No, he was actually the first person that we got on board because he's a good friend of Matthias Hues. And yeah, this guy is amazing. Not only a sensational fighter himself, but also well respected in the stuntman fight choreography scene. He's been working with Sly Stallone and on Matrix 4, and so he's very high respected. And the good thing is, this was very important to us. We wanted to have somebody who also knows what old school martial arts looked like. So we don't want to have those movies where you have the fighting scenes where people just do and it's over. But we like also to have a mix with old school, which means close up where people stare at each other. What you call it in English? Slow motions and those kind of things. And he understands that perfectly. So he's the perfect match for us.
Awesome. I'm very pumped for that. I'm super excited you got him involved. And he's just one of the names that the people that maybe, if you were like, oh, I'm going to make a movie, don't come to mind, but it's those details, like getting Stan Bush to do the
Yes.
theme song. Like you watch Kickboxer, that might not be the first thing that comes to mind, but when you think about some of the great scenes, his music is there.
Yes. And I'm so super happy, and we're so lucky that we were able to get Stan Bush and Paul Herzog, because
Yep.
if you think fighting movies, 80s and the music, those two guys come to mind right away. And the music was so key in the success of those movies. It's just so important. And that they are still able to get 100% the exact sound from back in the days, I think that's just such a big thing for our movie.
Stan's song, I have to call him Stan like we're friends. His song you have for the trailer is so freaking good, man. It pumps me up.
Man, when he sent me the song, I was so happy because when he told me a week before he sent the song to me, he said, "Oh, Sean, I've recorded the song. I think it's the best song that I've written in years." And I know artists always feel like that. It's like when you give birth to your child, obviously it's going to be the greatest child you've ever born. But so my expectations were, okay, if it's solid, I'm already happy. And then when I listened to the song, I thought, oh my God, you nailed it. You nailed it.
No surrender. No surrender.
It's unbelievable. It
Yeah.
legitimately, when I was editing the video I put in front of Talons of the Eagle, I kept listening to that like, holy shit, dude, I just want to go run hills. I'm not going to. I'm going to crack a beer and sit
No,
in
of
my
course
chair.
not. Yeah.
But, I thought about it for a second.
Yeah, you could.
I could. I won't, but I could. Okay, this has been asked a couple times, and I don't know how much you want to go into specifics about different characters, but people were wondering about some of the actors. They were in movies in the 80s. How are they going to be fighting in a kumite?
Yes, obviously we are aware of that. So not every legend will be fighting in the Kumite. There will be some. But for example, I can say Kurt McKinney will fight in the Kumite.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because he's still in shape. And when he did No Retreat, No Surrender, he was very young. Kurt has been doing martial arts for forever, so he kept in shape. He's training like crazy for the movie, which is amazing. He sent me some videos with his kicks.
That kick he throws is amazing.
Yeah, so I'm very, very happy about it. And for the others, trust us, we know what we're doing. So the Kumite obviously will be also with many young fighters or young. So we're talking about guys in late 30s, early 40s. But hey, Stallone, Schwarzenegger, Van Damme, they were all still ass kicking when they were at that age group. So trust us, we know what we're doing. We're not going to put an 85-year-old in the ring. So don't worry.
Right. Exactly. So I've been kind of dancing around it. Like, it's not just every guy we're naming, every actor we're naming is not going to be fighting in the Kumite. Like,
Yeah.
it's going to be well done.
But everybody has a big role.
Exactly. Well said. Will a little kid fall off a roof like in Avenging Force?
Oh, I think we got to rework the script.
I think so too, man. That's maybe the greatest scene in a movie I've ever watched.
Classic.
Oh, a bunch of people are asking if Aaron will get to meet Cynthia Rothrock. My wife's idol is Cynthia Rothrock. If you've ever seen any of our Cynthia Rothrock movies.
Yeah, of course.
I'm working on ideas. I'm working on it. That's all I can say. I hope so, because so my wife got to meet her favorite rock star a couple years ago, and she couldn't say a word to her. Like, she just stood there, and the singer was talking to her, and my wife literally could not respond. She just stood there and stared at her. It was super awkward, and I would like to repeat that again.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
She's completely froze. It was
But
amazing.
this time you got to have it on camera.
Exactly. I would have that. And I have just recently found out how much Billy Blanks actually means to Aaron. In the episode that came out yesterday.
Yeah, I've seen it. She knew him from his Tabo stuff.
When we recorded that, you had just texted me that you signed Billy Blanks, and I literally showed her on camera, and she was fighting back tears for half an hour. I had no idea she liked the man that much, and I've been married to her for 17 years.
Okay, we got to get her over, man. We got to get her.
It's amazing how little I apparently know about my own wife, too. So yeah.
That's normal.
And it's Billy Blanks. I mean, who doesn't like Billy Blanks? Let's be real here. Will I show my bolos in the movie? I don't think anyone wants to see that, guys. I don't think that's a good idea.
No.
I don't think so. Maybe someone else. Will we get at least one kick to the giggles? One nut kick.
Oh man. Every Kumite movie should have one kick or one hit in the nuts, huh?
I agree.
Okay, can you remind me when we are on set that we need that?
Okay.
Yeah. That's one of your jobs. Remind us that, like, we got to change the rules of the Kumite. You can only be defeated by a kick in the nuts.
Oh.
So every fight will have it.
Okay. I mean, people would go crazy for it. People love the giggle kick. Will someone be thrown into a stack of cardboard boxes? Because that is in every B movie at some point.
Yeah. No.
Oh, okay.
No.
No cardboard boxes.
No. Sorry.
This is just too good a movie for that. I understand.
Yeah.
I asked you about some of your producing stuff, and okay, this is a good one. What's the biggest obstacle you faced so far in the early parts of production?
Money.
Okay.
Really. It's as I said, it's so hard. Like, usually if you have a movie project and you have actors that have a name, you go to a production company or investor company, etc. They invest a lot of money, and you shoot the movie, and it's done. But because we target a specific kind of audience with a very specific type of movie, it's super difficult. Like I would, if I could, I would not have to rely on the Kickstarter campaign, because it's giving me a heart attack. I'm on the page every day looking, okay, how much money do we have so far? It's not a nice feeling, obviously, but it's the only way how we can raise the remaining money to actually shoot that movie.
Yeah, I didn't even put the Kickstarter together, and I'm checking it like every 20 minutes. Like, oh, how much money came in? Like, oh, so I can't imagine how agonizing it must be watching it.
Yeah, let me check now.
No, I did when my Talons of the Eagle video came out. I was checking every 10 minutes. Like, is it going up? Are people?
Yeah, me too. Me too.
But I don't know. I also think Kickstarter is a cool way to get people involved with your project too. You know,
that's the thing. And I said this in another interview before. To me, it really feels, and I swear, to me, it feels like us together, you, me, and the fans. We don't have a big production company who does a movie like that for us, so we help ourselves and we do it together. That's how I feel.
Absolutely, I totally agree. I think it's such a cool way to get people to help a movie that they want to see get made.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I said this during my video earlier that I released on social media and stuff. How many of us have been saying forever that we miss these kinds of movies, that action movies nowadays are just all quick cuts and boring and
shaky cam.
Yeah, they're not fun. They're just not fun movies. And projects like this give us all a chance to make that happen. And it's just super cool. And I'm really excited to be a part of it, man. I mean, we're down to what, 2 months, a little over 2 months till this sucker starts to shoot.
Ooh.
It's getting real.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, when you were talking about plane tickets for me, I was like, oh shit, this is actually happening. There's no backing out now.
Yeah. Oh man. Come on, guys, support this project, man. We got to make it work.
Oh, is there anything else you want to add before we get out of here?
No, I think you touched on everything. Last thing, just repeating ourselves, but you guys, if you want this movie to be made, please support us. It's money well spent, and believe me, we do whatever we can to make a good movie, to make you guys happy. It's also a now or never situation because none of the actors is getting any younger. And if this fails, I know I won't be doing this again. It's the past months been crazy, so much. It's so time intensive, but I just hope it's going to be worth it.
I think the final project, the final film, is definitely gonna be worth it.
Yes.
I mean, no matter what happens with some of this stuff, it's such a cool thing to be a part of, and I really appreciate you bringing me on board. Still not 100% sure why I'm on board with this, but I'm very excited to be a part of it. So thank you so much, man.
For all fans of 80s and 90s action movies and classics such as Bloodsport and Kickboxer, comes a real retro experience. The Last Kumite.